Hello, my name is Joe Richter. I am a real estate broker and an associate broker with Keller Realty. I am licensed in California and Oregon. I prepare monthly reports that track the market activity of 14 different communities and market segments in Orange County. These run from Newport Beach to Ladera Ranch. I refer to it as the lifestyle artery of Orange County. And we cover two sections of Newport. In Irvine, we track closely Turtle Rock and Woodbridge because of their high desirability. We then look at Baker Ranch, Foothill Ranch, Portola Hills, Dove Canyon, Robinson Ranch, Rancho Cielo, Coto de Caza, and Ladera Ranch. In every community, we look at subsections, and for instance, in Ladera Ranch, we look at the condominiums. We look at the single-family homes under 3,250 square feet as a class, and we look at homes over 3,250 square feet as a second class. Each report takes a focused look at the specific community or neighborhood. In this report, we're looking at Foothill Ranch detached homes, and in Foothill Ranch they run from about 1,500 feet to about 3,800 feet. We're going to be talking about the changes over the last 30 days since our last report. The data date was May 1st, meaning our report period is from January 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2020. Because of the COVID-19 situation, the stay-at-home order, the lockdown, whatever you want to call it, we've modified the report slightly, and we're going to try and identify the most significant change each month as we move forward, trying to track the going into and coming out of the current situation. In this particular case, you can see that the blue line here indicates that new listings fell off sharply in April. Whenever we do a consultation with a seller for a listing or a buyer as a potential buyer representative, one of the very first questions we get asked is, what type of market is it? Is it a buyer or seller market? And Chapman University defines a buyer's market in Southern California as being 3.5 months or more of inventory, and they have about 35 years of data, and they've been able to demonstrate that when inventories hit 3.5 months and stay there for 2 or 3 months, home prices have a tendency to drop a bit. Foothill Ranch is one of the stronger markets we monitor. It's a seller's market. It has been consistently a seller's market even through the slowdown of 2018-2019. When we do take on a new listing, one of the things that we are challenged with is helping the seller price the property correctly, and that means you have to look at the competition. In the case of Foothill Ranch, there are currently 7 homes on the market. There were 26 new listings over the last 90 days. 6 of those are still on the market. There are 3 key steps in selling and buying. Getting a listing, listing your home for sale, getting a contract, and then closing on that contract. So we monitor those 3 activities closely, and what you can see here, we discussed this earlier, we did have a drop in new listings in April. Actually, this is one of the better communities. Portola Hills, for example, went from 8 to 0 listings, so it fell twice as much as Foothill Ranch did. Foothill Ranch is currently 3% below last year's activity. Once you do formally list the property for sale, the next step is to try and get that contract. And you can see we're starting to see the taper off of contracts written. Currently, Foothill Ranch is down about 4% compared to 2019 year over year for the same period. The ultimate goal of the buying and selling process is to get closing, to transfer title from the seller to the buyer. And right now, Foothill Ranch is down 5% on a year-over-year basis. Notice there's still an upward slant on the blue line. Because closings follow contracts, the taper for closings will undoubtedly occur in May. Fannie Mae is forecasting a very strong recovery in the third and fourth quarters. Based on the data we track, we believe that this could be almost a slingshot type of recovery. Wham! And while those are never good for the market, as a long-time realtor, I prefer steady trends in the market. So I'm not forecasting a slingshot, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see one. Okay, this is important. Everybody wonders where the money's going. Invariably, sellers ask a little too much and buyers offer a little too little. As it relates to Foothill Ranch's home values, they're pretty steady, only down 0.8% year over year thus far. That's not bad, but it's also just about what we're seeing everywhere. Of the 14 communities, we have 3 that are actually showing some positive gains year over year. Most are hovering in this 1% or less fall off in pricing so far for the year. The average list price of the homes that are currently on the market is $852,000. The price range of the homes on the market being offered at $770,000 to $875,000. The summary of the closings over the last 90 days is that 18 homes have closed. 8 of those have sold below the last list price, 2 sold at the last list price, and 8 sold above the last list price. This is extremely normal, common results for Foothill Ranch. Inventory is a component of a number of things. Number of homes on the market, how many homes have sold over the last 12 months, divided by 12 to get the divisor into the inventory. How many homes have sold over the last 90 days to get the short-term absorption rate. And then, of course, how long it takes to sell. Right now, all the active listings are averaging 48 days on the market. The homes that closed averaged 28 days. And in our prior report, the average time on market for the active listings was 36 days. So we've seen about a 12-day, about a half a month, third of a month increase in the days on market. We like to see days on market running between 30 and 45 days. So this is kind of well within that normal range. As mentioned earlier, the inventory levels are standing at 1 month of supply, and quite a ways away from the 3.5 month transition from seller's market to buyer's market. Over the last 90 days, inventory did go up 17%. That's not unusual for this time of year. The year-over-year change is 62% down, and the month-over-month comparison is 65% down. These are unusual And normally we get more homes listed as seen in that prior graph, so the year-over-year inventory change wouldn't have been as dramatic. You do see this time of year a little spike in the 90-day change as people, are bringing their homes to the market for the first time. So the 17% is not a big deal. This is indicating some market conditions that need to be observed going forward. On our website, we provide a set of predefined community listings that are quick links to each of the 14 communities that we monitor. You can get to those links at joe-richter.com and click on the navigation tab for predefined communities. This is a direct link to the MLS, and it's real-time data. If it's on the MLS 30 seconds ago, we have it. As part of that MLS activity on our website, you also have access to all of the detail of the listings. Click on any one of the thumbnails and you will go to the full detail, so you can see how your neighbor sold their home or what this neighbor's doing trying to sell his home. Again, this is the website and this is the navigation link. In our data, we have many different tables that keep track of things, so we can provide the statistics you've just seen. This happens to be the table of the active listings. This is what's currently active at the moment. We also keep a table of everything that is closed throughout the year. So far, this is everything that has closed in Foothill Ranch. And this is a graph of those closings. And so for you sellers out there, we hope that the level of detail presented here shows that we are more than qualified to be your real estate agents. We know and understand the timing, neighborhood values, marketing strategies needed to take full advantage of any market condition to help you sell your house. And for you buyers out there who are wondering where to start, you now know we have the market knowledge for all of South Orange County. We can help you identify the best neighborhood and find the right home for the next phase of your life. Please contact me. The team I work with would love to be of service, and I would love to be your agent. Thank you very much.